I'm a little informal. How y'all doing out there? You got to work with me a little bit. I appreciate Ms. Bell for inviting me here to moderate this, but there's one group that she forgot to announce that I'm a proud member of, and that's Alpha Sigma. The Alpha Phi Alpha chapter. So I'm a proud member of the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, so thank you for that as well. So we're going to run this like a Tyson fight. You remember that back in the day when Mike Tyson was heavyweight champion of the world? You know, one of the things that Mike did was that you remember if you showed up late for the fight, you missed it. So we're going to run this coolly, efficient, and we're going to get out of here, all right? But hopefully we won't bite anyone's ears off, okay? And proceed on further. We have another contested race, Dallas County Commissioner, District 3. We have candidates John Wiley Price, Dwaine Caraway, Cedric Davis Jr., Senior, and Micah B. Phillips. Would you gentlemen join me on stage, please?
Dallas County is the second largest county in this state, the 9th largest county in these United States. As the ranking member of the Dallas County Commissioners Court, there are basically 15 standing committees. I chair 8 of those. 70% of what Dallas County does is criminal justice. When you look at that over $400 million annual general fund and over $800 million, all funds appropriated, then what you find out is that we set the tax rate for Dallas County. We're also responsible for the, sorry, he's barking at me for 1 minute, I'm sorry, I should have said it. We're also responsible for the Dallas County Hospital District. Of the 254 counties in the state of Texas, 110 of us have a hospital district. We are responsible for setting the tax rate for that hospital district. Additionally, the hospital district is governed by a board of managers. Since 1954, there has always been 7 members to the Parkland Board of Managers. Today, as of less than 90 days ago, there's now 11. Prior to 90 days ago, each commissioner appointed 1 individual, and jointly we appointed 2. Today, each commissioner appoints 2, and jointly we appoint 1. When you look at Dallas County and you look at top tier counties across the United States, over 3,104, you will find Dallas County to be in the top 10% of those counties. And so when you look and see how Dallas County and policies are run, you will find out that I have been in the forefront of that. Whether you're talking about operating the jail in terms of compliance standards, whether you're talking about operating public health, all of those committees are committees that I chair. And so I believe that Dallas County is in the unique position because we have great policies and great leadership, and I have been at the helm of that particular leadership. When you look at the per capita, Dallas County is at $38 per capita, while the city of Dallas is at $1,538 per capita.
I am Dwaine Caraway, former mayor of this city, deputy mayor pro tem, council member, term limited on the Dallas City Council. Born and raised right here in Dallas, Texas. South, east, and Oak Cliff. There's not an alley I don't know. Where we are right now, just about 900 feet from here, was the Del Sec Theater on 2nd Avenue, where Cobb Stadium now sits. St. Anthony, Oliver Wendell Holmes, Roosevelt, Langston University, Texas Southern University. I came back home. I came home to make a difference. I'm from here. I grew up and I know what Dallas was like. I was born at the old Parkland Hospital. Many of you don't even know where it is. It's on Maple Avenue. It was. Born in the basement. So people really can't talk to me and tell me about Dallas, Texas. I was here when Dallas was thriving. I was here when State Thomas had movie theaters, the Lego Theater, the Forest Theater. I helped John Wiley Price back in 1985. Contributed $17,000 to his campaign. Bought every radio commercial that aired him because I was supportive and I was with the movement. Clear. Let me also say this, and I better watch the time here now. I have been there. Once you've been there and you've begun to see the things that we've missed, the missed opportunities, the folks with no jobs, the people sleeping under the bridge, the people that are suffering with mental health, the development that is not there. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Boulevard still looking like it was years ago. Thanks to Tiffany, it's going to be a difference because we have a new councilwoman with a vision. And that is why the Forest Theater, that's been sitting there for more than 30 years, has been in deplorable condition. But yet, we got to have other folks from different races to come and pull up our bootstraps. What does a county commissioner do? Everything. Everything. What did a city council person do? I think you're going to pick up this. I'll ask you to pick it up. Pages of facts. 4 pages of facts of what I have accomplished while on the Dallas City Council. I ask you to ask yourself, let's name 3 things. I challenge each and every one of you sitting in here. Name just 3 things that Dallas County Commissioner John Wiley Price has done. Just name 3 things. I didn't hear whatever it was, but just name 3. If you can name 3, and that's why I campaign on 8 versus 30. My 8 years versus his 30 years. What's the difference with me and John and other gentlemen on this stage? I've never hit a woman. I have never put my hands on a woman. Cedric, that don't go for you.
When the people out there told me it'll never happen, COVID didn't help. Well, God proved that was wrong. Now, we talk about the things that we brought to the table. Well, when I took over Broad Street, there was one bank. We was a double B credit rating. Okay, when I left office, we went to a double A. We have 3 banks, and we're booming out there. They're growing. Anybody been to that southern corridor, you can see the growth. I went to Washington. Go to Washington Springs, in the southeast corridor. Millions of dollars in street ramps, ramps for our highway, and it was augmented by county funds. Yes, sir, it was. And I'll give Commissioner, he did help out on a lot of that because they matched those funds. So, like I told Commissioner at the last meeting, I'll never beat you over the head, brother, because whatever, everybody had a day. Okay? So, the role of what I'm looking at to be the commissioner is take those tax dollars and take a little look at them and see how can they be equally divided amongst the 15 cities in District 3. Then that consists of public safety, public health, and help with roadways and setting.
Good evening. I'm honored and I'm humbled at the fact that I could present the citizens, my community, a choice to be included or a choice to be excluded, a choice to be heard or a choice to be muted, a choice for economic empowerment or time that we have someone in office that's going to buy us in and not buy us out. When I look at our community to the southern part of Dallas compared to the rest of Dallas, we have a problem. And that problem is economic injustice. When we are voted out of the inland port, that would have changed our economic for generations to come. It's time that someone gets in the commissioner seats that's going to speak for the people. I know what we've been told, but now that I'm grown and I put those foolish things behind me, we have a problem. when you look north and they're living like they're on high cotton, and we're living like we're in the plantation. We have not been represented properly. Developer, and Mr. Price knows that I put forth a $2.5 billion plan that I did not get a letter of support from. Mr. Caraway knows I have the letters to prove it. I have the $2.5 billion plan to prove it, that I presented. I'm the only one on this stage that has presented an economic plan. I'm the only one on this stage that has presented an initiative that would have given us a bank in our community. Without a bank, we're just the neighborhood. And so Micah B. Phillips will be your next Dallas County Commissioner that will give you a seat at the table and not buy you, sell you out for money in my pocket.
On this. What is the role of the county commissioner, and how do you perceive that role to be enhanced to protect and serve the people?
First of all, subject of the state. When you understand that we're limited in terms of our ability, not like charter cities, we are limited in our ability to do anything other than set the tax rate and act in behalf of the state. When you look at Dallas County, I just told you a few minutes ago, unincorporated roads, that's our primary responsibility. We leverage those dollars and meager resources with our cities, but we have what is call for a major capital improvement. And the cities make their nominations for those projects, and then we go from there. It's interesting, people keep talking about this whole issue of infrastructure. The only infrastructure that the county has the ability to do is in 2009, Senator Royce West carried a bill whereby I could be creative with major capital improvement dollars to bring water and sewer to these cities that are definitely fiscally challenged. And so when they talk about it, $10 million water storage, sewer, pump station between Lancaster and Wilmer was a creation out of District 3. They talk about that whole inland port area. There are 7,134 acres of land, according to the Urban Land Institute. The problem, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have any real infrastructure. When I'm not talking about infrastructure in terms of just water and roads, I'm talking about infrastructure in terms of utility. There are a number of companies that have moved into the southern sector. The Unilever, the Medline, the Ace Hardware, the Procter & Gamble, the E-Coles. Those have come under this administration. Over 2,000 jobs that have come into the city. But the reason they've come in is because we have been creative and trying to help provide that kind of infrastructure. The problem with the southern sector is not land. The problem in the southern sector is that there is no infrastructure. Do you realize it takes just to bring thoroughfare to design over 4 years? So when you look at what you basically not voted on a county bond program since 1995. And that's because we've appropriated $80 million, $40 million for transportation, and $40 million for facilities.
Mr. Phillips.
I graduated from the University of Southern California. At my dad's request, I came back to Dallas. And you would think someone with dual degrees from the University of Southern California wouldn't have a problem getting employed in his own community. But when you vote no on jobs created with 6 figures, you hurt the next generations to come. Forget about Micah B. Phillips. What about the babies behind me? That's why I'm running. You say that the infrastructure is not there. Well, vote it in. Vote for the budget line to be put in place, for the infrastructure to be put in place, so those 75 people that you say are in Sand Branch could have water. There are more than 10 million. You can't put a price on the people's lives in Sand Branch. You have to put policy in place. You have to vote for the infrastructure to be put in place so they can have water. How would you all like not to have water tonight? But for 15, 20 years, they have been without water because a plan has been put in place to take the land away from them by digging down to the water table at the gravel level and the sand level, which suck their wells dry. We have a problem in Dallas. I'm the only one on this stage that has been driving to Parkland, north of the Trinity River, and someone dies on me in the ambulance. Or I have to deliver 10 babies because we don't have a level 1 trauma center south of the Trinity River. We have a problem. And as commissioners, we can put that in place. Why is our teen pregnancy rate so high? Why is 65% of the new AIDS cases out of District 3? Because we have not been taking care of business as commissioners. It's time that someone gets in there that's going to use that podium like Commissioner Price used to use it. He used to be a voice crying out in the wilderness. But I can remember when he went silent. And we need a commissioner that's going to use his voice for the people. You ought to be tired and sick and tired of not having the amenity like the people north of the Trinity River. And if you vote on Micah B. Phillips, we'll get the economic development. I know I'm not a part of the entrench, but let's break the jaws of entrenchment by getting someone in there that's fresh, someone that is not bought out. I do not have a paid voice. I'm not a part of that team. I'm Micah B. Phillips and I stand for you.
The problem is there's no plumbing in the ground. So that means no plumbing in the ground. There's no good roads out in the southern corridor. So they can't bring those new businesses in to create more and more jobs. More and more jobs equals rooftops, retail. That's what we need. We need $17.50 and more. We don't need $10 an hour jobs. We need more than that to make a livable wage. That's what I plan to do when I become commissioner. We're going to go take a look at these things that's out there. We're going to take strategy. We're going to strategize how we're going to direct international, national businesses to the southern corridor. If you go look north, everything you can't build north. They put all these different enterprises coming out to Plano. They're coming out, they even going to Fort Worth, Tarrant County, Cullen County. Why not southern Dallas County? Okay, why do we get the liquor stores? Why do we get the metal, the scrap metal places? Okay, we can do better than that. Okay, we can educate our kids out in that area. We got to get with DISD and work with DISD so they can improve the quality of education out there. Everyone knows job follows education, where a child can get a quality education. So let's fix that. Let's fix that infrastructure. Let's find out what we got to do. Let's put the money into the ground and get that infrastructure. My co-authors up here talked about Sand Branch. Yes, about 4 weeks ago, I actually went out there and walked and talked. I didn't take the camera crew. Dwaine's not here, but every time you turn around, gotta have a camera crew. Okay?